and I'm the one they fear.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Mixed Tab Podcast. I am your host, Monty. I'm here with the amazing Agent of Four. It's been a while. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Feels good outside, and I'm ready to talk wrestling. We have some things to talk about this episode.
Yes. Now, y'all, I know y'all used to us talking about WWE, but like we said previously, we're going to shake it up this week. We are going to actually dive just a little bit into TNA. Right,
Woo!
right now, TNA is in a really good spot, in my opinion. What you think?
I agree with you. And the fact that TNA is still being able to be talked about while we have major, like the bigger shows like AEW and WWE, the fact that TNA is always in the mix, they're doing great right now. Because think about it, 2 to 3 years ago, no one was talking about TNA other than when Naomi went there. I'm just keeping it
Yep.
real. No
Yep.
one was talking about TNA until Naomi went there. Then she left.
And
TNA basically died off. And then to make it worse, they brought Jordan Grace to WWE and she was carrying their TNA women's division. So yeah, TNA is in a great spot at the moment.
but also with you saying that, kind of Naomi is kind of the reason why we have the TNA and WWE collaboration. So
Yep. So hey, Naomi opened a lot of doors with her coming
she
back in general
did.
because the way that the whole thing with her and Sasha how it went down. We basically thought they weren't gonna come back, but Naomi opened a lot of doors for women outside of WWE. And on top of that, she showed that you can leave and come back way better. You don't have to just stick around WWE and grow there. You can go other places, grow, and come back and be a top star. And that's exactly what she did.
Exactly. Speaking of top stars, we just gonna name off the TNA, all the champions in TNA right now, and then I'm gonna slide over and we're gonna
All
get
right.
y'all really want to talk about TNA because I know what y'all thinking. First, we got, of course, Mr. Mike Santana is your TNA World Champion. And we got Eric Young as the number
Yes.
one contender for
Hey.
that. What you got to say about Mike
Hmm.
Santana? I know you had something to say.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. No joke. I had no idea who Mike Santana was before the NXT TNA invasion. I immediately became a fan time they gave him that microphone. It was just something about he had crowd control his first night at NXT. Mind you, I literally didn't know who he was at all. And he immediately won me over the first time I saw him on TV. And then his entire feud with Trick Williams was just, it was goated. Because the fact that they put over a TNA guy over someone like Trick Williams, when Trick Williams was the first WWE superstar to win a TNA championship while actively still being in WWE, that was
Yep.
major. And so whoever beat Trick Williams had to be someone who could hold that mantle. It had to be someone who could be big enough to hang with the big dogs. And I think they made a great choice with Mike Santana. His crowd control is great. His mic work is great. He's a great in-ring wrestler. And that theme song is fire.
All right. Speaking of WWE, we got another WWE for a former WWE superstar. Nick Nemeth holds the Call Your Shot trophy.
Woo, Mr. Nick Nemeth. It's funny. We also gonna talk about him a little later with our other segment because he's very important.
Yep.
But
And we
I just want to
also,
say
oh, yeah.
I've always been a Dolph Ziggler slash Nick Nemeth fan, and I'm just happy to see him getting his flowers outside of WWE because as we know, a lot of fans were unhappy with the route WWE was taking him, and ever since he's been in TNA, he looks happy, looks like he's having fun, and he's with his brother, and on top of that, as you just mentioned, he's a champion.
Yes. Now, this is also a former WWE champion. Oh my God, why can't I talk today, y'all? Cedric
Cedric
Alexander
Alexander.
also just recently won the X Division Championship from Leon Slater.
From Leon Slayer, and it's crazy because I saw his Instagram post right after he made it. Yo, Cedric Alexander looks yoked. I need his workout plan. I thought didn't he used to be in the 12-5 live division? That man didn't put on
Yeah,
some muscle.
yes. And
But hey,
shockingly,
I love Cedric Alexander because he's one of those people who can always, no matter what, if you need a good match, just call Cedric Alexander. You need a great in-ring worker, go call Cedric Alexander. You need somebody to put somebody over and make them look good, go call Cedric Alexander. He can do it all.
Yes. Speaking of Cedric Alexander, of course, that is another one of the South Carolina / North Carolina's own. I used to watch him on the indie scenes all the
Yeah.
time. Amazing.
Ooh.
And
My
there's
first
kind of
WrestleMania I went to, I got to watch him become the 205 Live champion. He fought Mustafa Ali, WrestleMania 34.
speaking
Amazing performance. That match was beautiful.
speaking of Mufasa Ali, he is the Intercontinental Champion on TNA.
I find it funny that TNA also has an Intercontinental Championship.
Yes.
But it's
And
great. I love Ali's gimmick too. To be fair, like his gimmick in TNA is just
I
hilarious.
love it.
He's kind of like a politic in a way. He's a political figure in a way, but it's just funny. The way he does it is funny.
Yes, yes. I'm starting, well, if you haven't noticed the pattern, all of these champions are actually former WWE superstars.
Yep,
Um,
Mr. Mike Santana's the only one who started off in TNA.
because we have, I know I'm gonna butcher her name. Lei Ying Lee just beat Ariana Grace for the Knockouts Championship.
Yep.
And then,
Previously known as Zaya Lee in
yep,
WWE.
previously known as Xia Li. I like what she's
Yep.
doing
For
in
those of you
TNA.
who don't know. Oh
I,
yeah,
I
me
like
too.
I like what she's doing in TNA.
You know what's crazy too? I was so confused because before they released Zia Lee, they were hyping her up so much. She made her debut. She even gets a decent crowd pop.
And then she got a
And
good
then
entrance.
did absolutely nothing. Because then she come out and save Naomi, if I'm not mistaken, from somebody actually. Somebody was
Yes.
getting beat up and she came out and saved them.
She came out and saved Naomi. I remember that. That's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
one of
And
the last
they
times we
literally
seen
did.
her.
And they did absolutely nothing after that. I can see it when she came out, she didn't get a crowd reaction or nothing. No, she actually got a crowd reaction. Like you said, her theme song was cool. The way the lightning used to
Yeah.
like shoot across the screen, like if you watch it from at home, that was fire.
She looked like a Mortal Kombat character. Like that was
Literally.
Raiden's daughter. She looked like Raiden's daughter.
Oh my
Okay,
goodness.
we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna slide on into the biggest thing going on in TNA right now with the Hardy brothers.
I think I know what you're talking
Earlier this month,
about.
now this feud has been going on for a while between the Hardys and the Righteous. Earlier this month, we saw
Mm.
Broken Matt Hardy make his debut in a match where he saved Jeff. Then, weeks later, of
Yep.
course, we see Brother Nero return. And I'm not gonna hold you. I
Brother
love
Nero, Mr. Willow.
last week they had Matt Hardy versus Vincent, right? And then they had
Mm-hmm.
Jeff handcuffed to one side of the ring and Dutch handcuffed to the other side of the ring because it's been too many interruptions going on. Y'all, when I tell you the lights went out, we heard the laugh,
I heard
lights
that laugh.
came on, and
Woo.
they have pushed and poked Jeff Hardy, and Willow has returned to TNA. Oh my gosh.
This is going to be interesting because Willow originated in TNA, what a lot of people don't know.
Yes, I was
And
going to say
it's
that.
interesting. And then another thing too, now that we have like Broken Matt Hardy and Brother Nero, aka Willow, I wonder if they're gonna have them take a more supernatural approach, like leading further on with the tag team now.
That'd be very interesting to see. We are in
Especially
the
for
era of the
TNA.
broken universe. I would love to see this.
Literally. And
Like,
it's like we went through a nostalgia portal. Because I'll be honest, when Broken Matt Hardy was in WWE, I absolutely loved it, and I love when they teamed him with Bray Wyatt. So I'm very interested to see some Broken Matt Hardy work in TNA.
oh yes, the deleter of worlds. I loved it. That I love that.
That was amazing.
Yes, but that has been the TNA takeover. So I'm gonna pass the baton to you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, I'm Agent 04, the GOAT. Now, my segment, we're gonna talk about a little lone wolf. We're gonna talk about a little wolf named Baron Corbin. You know, now, Mr. Baron Corbin came in the company 2017. I'm talking about they put a rocket on his booty and shot him straight up to the moon. He debuts in the Royal Rumble, eliminates Braun Strowman. Mind you, Braun Strowman had eliminated like 5 to 6 people at that point. Baron Corbin eliminated him. They give him the feud with Dolph Ziggler. He absolutely destroys Dolph Ziggler. I'm sorry, hey, when he hit him with that end of days outside, that looked so brutal. Dolph Ziggler's a great seller too, but they gave him the feud with Ziggler. They gave him Mr. He then this is where everything went to crap. After he won the Money in the Bank briefcase,
That still makes me
backstage during the backstage yeah, and during like a backstage like meeting with all the wrestlers and the doctors and stuff, one of the doctors was trying to downplay the severity of CTE. And I feel Baron Corbin because I do mixed martial arts, so I know how dangerous CTE is. And Baron Corbin was basically just trying to tell him that you need to have a proper perspective because how can you speak on something you've never experienced? You've never been in the ring before. You've never been a football player, none of that. Because as a lot of people don't know, Baron Corbin used to be in the NFL.
Yep.
And the thing was, apparently Corbin and Dr. Maroon was his name. They were arguing back and forth during the actual meeting. And so people feel like Baron Corbin should have addressed him one-on-one because that's probably what stopped his feud, him arguing with like a WWE official. But then I find out John Cena voiced concerns to Vince McMahon, as well as other superstars who I actually still don't have names for. But John Cena is one of the only names that we have so far. John Cena voiced concerns that Baron Corbin was not ready to carry the company. So, and I love John, but unfortunately, this is the first time this has happened. What a lot of people don't know. Mr. Randy Orton and John Cena are the reason Mr. Kennedy got fired.
I remember that.
Yeah, Mr. Kennedy was getting ready to carry the company, have that big push, and John Cena and Randy Orton complained that he hurt them in a match, just for them to later come out and say it never happened. You see, so it's like it sucks to see a superstar that you know have potential, like you can see it, and for one of the former top stars to shut them down, it sucks. Especially someone like a John Cena, who everyone basically looks up to, they respect and love. But to know John Cena was another reason why we didn't get another great push, it does suck to see. And and at that point, after he cashed in on Jinder Mahal, it went to shit. He cashed in on Jinder, got rolled up. He lost to John Cena at SummerSlam. And then, oh my God, I hate that I even have to talk about this stupid ass shit.
Like it went
Now,
down.
King Corbin wasn't that bad. King Corbin wasn't
King
that
Corbin
bad. I'll
wasn't
give
that
him
bad.
that. You know what? Corporate Corbin wasn't even that bad compared to bum ass Corbin and fucking happy Corbin. That actually pissed me off. That genuinely pissed me. Every time I saw Baron Corbin on my screen, I wanted to turn my TV off. I'm sorry. And I love Baron Corbin. That happy Baron Corbin was so corny and stupid. I
I
genuinely
didn't like
don't
it.
get the point of them doing that.
I
Now I
didn't.
can see if they whole thing was trying to put Riddick Moss over, they did that just to release Riddick Moss. They literally had Riddick Moss win the feud just to release him. So what was the point?
What was the reason?
Or hey, remember when Baron Corbin was gonna get in the ring and he was gonna sign the contract to fight Roman? Then John Cena. Oh my God! Ironic is John Cena who stops him from signing the
Again.
contract.
Again.
Like, bro, what are we doing? And it
Can
sucks because once again, Baron Corbin had that it factor. He was a big man who could move. He was agile. He didn't just have 2 or 3 moves that he did. Baron Corbin was very versatile. And
dude.
his finisher literally had never been kicked out of until WrestleMania 30. Was that 39? Whenever Brock and Roman unified the titles that night. I think it was 39. Either 39
Mhm.
or 38. One of the others. But that was the only time anyone had ever kicked out at the end of days.
And
His
dude,
finisher was strongly protected.
his signature was strongly protected. That deep six out of nowhere.
That deep six used to be
No,
brutal.
that deep six. I that's on my WWE custom character now. Because that deep six is clean. And let me talk. I want to say one of my favorite Baron Corbin moments because
I'm listening.
he was good as being a heel.
Mm-hmm.
When he hit Becky Lynch with the end of days.
End of days. Oh my God. Now
I,
that was shocking.
I remember I think Becky was talking about it and they was like, you're going to take the end of days. And she was hyped for it.
Real.
She was
Oh
hyped
yeah.
for it. Like,
You know what's crazy? What gets overshadowed too? Baron Corbin. After that, Baron Corbin said he received a lot of death threats for hitting Becky Lynch with the end of days.
yeah.
He said he received a lot of hate. And what kind of fucked up the ending of that match, Brock Lesnar cashed in on Seth Rollins. Right after he like just snapped out and went crazy because he saw his wife get hit with an end of days. They kind of ruined the ending of the match with that. Why would Brock Lesnar cash in there of all places during a double title right after a double title match has ended? Y'all have Brock Lesnar cash in.
Yeah.
That was stupid in my opinion. They could have saved that for a later pay-per-view. And the crazy part is they had Brock cash in just for Seth to get the title right back. Y'all could have saved that. Y'all did not have to
Yeah.
ruin that pay-per-view. Well, I ain't gonna lie, the pay-per-view. Now I'll be honest. Extreme Rules, I think it was that 2019. That shit was terrible. That was that. Funny enough, the only thing I do remember from Extreme Rules is the intergender match between Baron Corbin, Lacey Evans, Becky, and Seth.
Yeah.
Extreme Rules that year was terrible. So Brock Lesnar cashing in definitely made that one of the worst pay-per-views. 2019 was a bad year for wrestling in general, though. That
It
was just
was.
a
It was.
bad year. That shit was terrible, and it sucks
2019.
because right during that bad time, that's when Baron Corbin was kind of not only was he the big bad as well, but hey, let's not forget when he retired Kurt Angle. I think that's really what shifted people against him. The fact that they let him retire Kurt Angle was such a stupid ass gimmick. Corporate Corbin should not have retired Kurt Angle. I can see if he was the lone wolf. I can even see if he was King Corbin, but corporate Corbin should not have been the person to retire Kurt Angle.
And this is the crazy part. Before he got released, I feel like they were slowly inching him back into a better version of the lone wolf gimmick.
Yep. He had literally just had a tag team championship. He was tag team champions with Braun Breaker and the Wolf Dogs. They literally gave him a resurgence. They gave him kind of like a rebrand, a rebirth, just for them to say fuck it, and then they threw him to the side and released him again. What is the point of you pushing someone or giving them a resurgence? They're getting over with the crowd just for you to throw them away. I don't understand that.
I think that you should tell them why we're mentioning Baron Corbin.
So, ladies and gentlemen, allegedly, nothing is official yet, but allegedly, Baron Corbin has been in talks to return to the WWE. And now, with everything we just said, due to there being different management and things that matter, and we all know Triple H do love his NXT guys, and Baron Corbin was one of his guys in NXT. I do feel like it'll be interesting to see what Baron Corbin can do now. I mean, hey, look, for example, Naomi came back. She's still one of the top stars, and we ain't seen her in over a year because she's pregnant. She's still
Yep.
one of the top stars. So
Yep.
it's interesting to see. I want to see what can Baron Corbin do. And it's funny because, Braun Strowman was talking about how WWE can't afford him. So y'all can't afford Braun Strowman, but you can afford Baron Corbin.
What? But see, what has Braun Strowman done to make us want to see him?
Exactly. And
Like,
I'll be honest, Braun Strowman is definitely chronically online because he has been talking a lot of shit about WWE and things. Because a lot of people have been like bringing up matches with him and Oba, and all he's doing is shit talking WWE, saying they can't afford him and things like that. So that's interesting. And then,
yeah,
it's crazy. It'll be so crazy. He's doing all this, and he still end up coming back one day.
right. I
He
mean,
pulls he pulling the CM Punk. He's talking so much shit about the company just to eventually come back one day.
but I'm surprised later on the road we won't see him down in AEW.
To be fair, I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah, like I'm
Now,
surprised it
I,
hasn't
I I
happened.
give AEW this. AEW does a great job with their big men. They actually have their big men looking like big men in medicine. I'll give them that. WWE does suck with big man gimmicks. I'm being
Yeah,
honest. They are terrible with big man gimmicks. They turned the Great Khali to a comedy act. They literally turned Big Show to a fucking crybaby on live television. Okay, Mark Henry was good. Mark Henry survived the slaughter. He was good. Mark Henry's like one of the only big men that they didn't try to. Well, unless you could count the sexual chocolate or Mae Young thing, but that was like back in the day when they were still on the crazy stuff. But they
I'm
never made him not look menacing. He always still looked like a serious threat, no matter
I'm,
what. But
I'm
bro,
glad
Big
you
Show,
mentioned.
Great Khali, even Braun Strowman. At one point, they turned Braun Strowman to a comedy gimmick.
I'm
This nigga
glad
was dancing in the ring with the New Day and shit. Gang, you're supposed to be a monster. Why are you dancing with the New Day?
I'm glad you said that because I do remember like literally crying my eyes out as a kid because I thought the Great Khali killed Rey Mysterio, and then he's on the
Man,
stage
what?
dancing. Now, like
Dancing.
later on down the road, dancing with Natalia.
The Punjabi Playboy. They literally had a kiss cam for the Great Khali.
Like,
Like, what are
yeah,
we doing?
yeah. I mean, but it low key worked for the Great Khali though.
Well, yeah, thankfully, yeah. To be fair, Great Khali, he did good in his dancing thing, but that whole Big Show crybaby thing was so stupid, and it literally led to nothing.
Mm.
Mind you, Big Show didn't win a single championship. He didn't win a tag title or none of that. They literally had him crying on live television to get embarrassed by Triple H, Stephanie. Not to mention, Big Show lost every major feud he had. He lost every match he had with Braun Strowman. He lost to Brock Lesnar. Even when he came back, he came back. The real main event of WrestleMania 30. I'm trying to think the one we didn't have no crowd. 21, the WrestleMania in 2020. The main event was literally Big Show versus Drew McIntyre, and then it led to absolutely nothing. And it was untelevised. What was the point? Like, I genuinely don't get what was the point of them having that match if it's not gonna be televised, and that was the actual main event.
Ooh.
What's the bro? I don't get that. Then Big Show comes back on the scooter and is just getting bullied by Randy Orton. But then, mind you, he randomly appears during the Ambulance match perfectly fine and chokeslams Randy Orton. That makes sense when you were literally just fucking walking, using you couldn't walk basically. That's literally what they did the second before. Big Show couldn't walk.
Yeah.
Because remember, Randy Orton grabs him by his neck and stuff.
Yep. I
And then he
remember.
magically appears fine. I didn't get that.
Here's another big guy, but this gimmick actually kind of low key kind of made him popular. Tensai.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
But see, but okay, hear me, hear me out. I think
Fair, when
everything,
he did join, you know about Brodus Clay, the Funkadactyls?
yes, everything turned for him when he became one of the members of Tons of Funk.
Oh my God. Hey, to be fair, he is now one of the major trainers at the performance center, so you're
Yes,
not wrong.
yes. So, yes, that is a gimmick that I think worked.
Well, you know
I
what? I
think,
have an idea too. We should talk about like next week or in the future episode. We should definitely talk about wrestlers that WWE ruined with certain gimmicks.
oh, we can talk about that next week.
Or hey, you know what's crazy? Let's talk about a reverse time when they tried to punish Rusev with the Rusev Day shit. It got over. I know Vince McMahon was livid. I know Vince McMahon was mad.
And then
I know he was mad
Lana
as
Day
hell.
took off.
Lana Day took off quick. Oh my goodness! Remember when Nia Jax put Lana through 10 tables?
Oh my gosh. Let's talk about that next week. That is definitely our topic for next week.
That perfect, 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 perfect. I love that. I love that.
Definitely.
Hey,
Definitely.
speaking of Rusev too. Hey, Rusev is doing pretty good in WWE at the moment. Excuse me, we're
Yeah,
talking about big
he
dudes.
is.
Rusev is doing great right now.
He
I
is.
love the fact that they're keeping him close to that Intercontinental Championship, and they're keeping him close to like some of the top stars. Penta, Ethan Page, and Javon are like great for Rusev. And it's crazy because Javon and Ethan Page have like completely opposite gimmicks of Rusev, but the segments that they have are still, it's like French kiss. It's like it was meant to be.
Yes, and then the way he held his own at the match, the ladder match,
Oh my
that was
goodness.
perfect.
I still feel Rusev. I still apologize for cursing you the whole time. I thought you was gonna put somebody through the ladder and you got put through the ladder. I still apologize. I definitely cursed him. I definitely
Right.
cursed him.
I think it's
I hit
just
him with
time. I
Dan
think
Cousin.
to switch gears. You know what I mean?
What we doing?
It's
What you want to
like
do? You want me to hit him with them 4 letters?
no, it's like everybody has been cursed in this
Oh, that's right. This one specific group.
one
Hmm.
specific group. It's like Danhausen woke up and cursed this entire group. Division.
The division is cursed. Yeah, so the only person standing right now is fucking Austin Theory. Oh my God, Austin Theory is
Braun
the only
Breaker.
person who hasn't gotten injured yet.
Oh, yep,
No, Braun Breaker was
right.
injured. He just came back. He just came back.
But news
Yo,
broke around.
it's crazy.
News broke this morning that Logan Paul is going to be out for a number of months due to, I forgot what kind of tear, but he has some kind of tear in his shoulder.
Ooh,
Is
yeah.
the vision cursed? Yes. Because how?
I blame Joe Hendry. Paul.
So what
Paul. Can we fire Logan Paul?
so what is Joe Hendry gonna do now that Logan Paul is in the hospital?
Oh, you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? If they want to like play into it, they should definitely let Joe Hendry make a song about Logan Paul being hurt. They should play
Man,
it because therefore he could also continue his feud with the Vision. That way Joe Hendry just won't be sitting there having to do a concert every week. Hey,
yeah,
and then it would make sense if I'm in the Vision and I hear Joe Hendry singing a song about my buddy that's in the hospital and hurt. I want to whoop his ass.
yeah, I'm a
So
big
I feel like
fan.
they can go that direction.
Yeah. So yeah, like you said, when is Austin Theory gonna get
Also,
injured?
since we're talking about the Vision, I did see an interesting fact someone made online. Being a Paul Heyman guy is not as cool or as beneficial as it used to be. It means
Mm-mm,
nothing now. It
mm-mm,
absolutely means nothing now. And if
no.
I'm being honest, the last person who benefited from being a Paul Heyman guy, excluding Brock and Roman and
Yeah.
CM Punk, so those like the big three. Let's see. I guess you can kind of count Cesaro, but they did absolutely nothing with him. Curtis Axel ended up becoming Intercontinental Champion. They did nothing with him. And now we got Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, and Logan Paul all technically under Paul Heyman's supervision when none of them needed, in my opinion. They all can be, if they wanted to, they could all be single stars. I don't think they need a
Especially
Paul
Logan
Heyman.
Paul. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
because
not a
Paul
big
Heyman
Logan
is
Paul
used to
fan, but
elevate. Yeah, and Paul Heyman's used to elevate people. Everybody in the division is already elevated. Maybe Austin Theory could use that Paul Heyman got thing because he just came back. But everyone in the division is already elevated. They've already had titles. Except
mhm.
damn. You know what's crazy? Everybody in the division has had a title except Bronson Reed. That's actually fucked. That's crazy.
Oh my God.
Austin Theory, Logan Paul, and Braun Breaker have all had singles championships. Oh my God, what are we doing, WWE?
Now I wouldn't hold you. If it was just Bronson Reed by himself with Paul Heyman, maybe they could do something with it.
Okay, yeah, that would be nasty because you know Paul Heyman does normally go for the monsters, and hey,
Hmm.
he gonna have Bronson Reed doing like 4 tsunamis per match.
Yeah. I mean, he already does that.
Yeah, you know what's
He
crazy?
already does.
Bronson Reed did. I'd be like when Bronson Reed came out and killed Seth Rollins on live television. That was like the perfect resurgence because it was funny because like a hour before that they had a backstage segment with Bronson Reed, and I was like, I like Bronson Reed. They just need to give him something that clicks. They need to give him something that puts him over. And I kid you not, later on he comes out there and murders Seth Rollins. And what makes it better, the crowd started chanting one more time. I'm like, oh my God, I literally was just talking about this and now he's over.
Yeah, by killing Seth Rollins.
And then Seth Rollins recruited him just to get killed again.
Oh my God, that is crazy. Look, I'm
That's crazy. Seth Rollins recruited Bronson Reed so he wouldn't have to take the tsunamis no more just to take a tsunami. Crazy.
that is wild. That is really wild. Well, it's about that time, boss.
About that time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to this episode. We got some bangers for you next week. We got a lot to talk about. I'm talking about, I give y'all a little hint. We definitely gonna talk about the Beast coming back. We're gonna talk about that Gunther and Cody feud because I'm definitely interested in that. And that,
I
hey,
am invested.
we definitely gotta talk about Jacob Fatu getting done like Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble. He
I
beat his ass. Ain't lie, he got jumped. But ladies and gentlemen, finna hit y'all with them 4 letters, 1 word. Yeah.
Main event villain, I'm the one they fear.